What's up, peeps? So, real quick, something came top of mind. When something clicks in my head, it's time for me to share. So, the topic that I wanted to touch on is a little different than just like, my personal diary, but it's still my thoughts, as far as, what I believe about this particular topic. So, do it matter how much a man makes? I am going to say no. I personally, is my opinion, I don't believe that it matters how much he makes. Now, I do feel like he do need to know how to take care of himself, sustain himself financially. And if he chooses to take on a wife and have a family, then he needs to be able to provide. I truly believe that that is something that a man is supposed to do, but I don't believe that the amount of money that he makes matter. What does matter is his attitude, his behavior, and most importantly, his relationship with money. To me, those are things that matter most when it comes to how a man handles money. Like, do he know how to earn, keep, and grow his money? Or is he someone that value material and likes to splurge and spend on temporary fixes, right? So to me, that's what matters the most. I just feel like it's a man's mindset that really, outside of his financial status, it's really his mindset centered around life and around himself, like, what is his morals and values? Do he like to, invest in his mental, his spiritual, his emotional, or is he all about the show? You know what I mean? Is he more external? Do he need the external validation instead of going within and being able to figure out who he is as a man? I feel like if men looked at themselves more as far as internal, what am I trying to say? Like, more of like the internal success, like, have their peace, and a life full of abundance, just be in full alignment with themselves. I don't think that they would care that women care about how much money they make. I feel like they would, have enough humility to be able to be okay with whatever amount of money they make. And better yet, have the mindset of, what success means to them instead of how the world measures success, or someone outside of themselves measures success. Because even with myself, I had to have a realignment and shift my mindset centered around what success means to me instead of what I have learned success was based on everything external and what the world says is success, right? So, like the things that I used to value, like I used to be a very materialistic person, and I used to think that I needed the finest of everything. But the, more mature me is like, if it is something of like quality, right? Like if it's a great quality, then I would look more into that. But it wouldn't be based on the fact that I feel like I needed to validate who I am as a person or how much money I have, right? Like that just doesn't align with who I am anymore. It's my mindset centered around what it is, or centered around the material itself. So it's not the material that make me, or the reason why I get it because it's a Coach bag or a Louis Vuitton, whatever. You know what I mean? I'm not driven by the brand and the name, more so of the quality, right? But yeah, like I just think that, if men looked at things more so as like, I value assets over the liability of things, and there are women, okay, like myself, that I do believe, because I don't think that all women, I don't believe that all men are alike or think alike. I really do believe that there are people that truly can meet you where you are, truly share the same mindset and ideas, and morals and values, as someone else. But I mean, like, I just think that all women are not the same. We don't all think the same. We don't believe the same things. I truly do not believe that a man has to make a lot of money. Like, I believe that if a guy work at McDonald's and he's making $14-15 an hour, but behind the fact of him working at a McDonald's, you may not know that he owns his own home, has a paid off car, but he's okay and at peace with where he's at with himself, because he knows himself well enough to know that it doesn't take all the money in the world to be somebody, right? The status really don't matter. These labels don't matter. So to me, I feel like that weighs more than someone who seeks the external validation, where that ego has to be fed constantly. So the thought of having the money, having the success, having the status means more, but then you have these bullcrap relationships. You dealing with these women who only idolize the fact that you have money and that you're able to do for them, when in return you really want something real, but you're putting on a front for yourself, for these women, for all the external, things that are not of you. So I feel like both men and women need to be more in tune with themselves, be honest with themselves. If you are a woman who truly value the material lifestyle, the rich of lifestyles and stuff like that, want to be a celebrity, understand that you're going to get everything that come with it, that you may not like. You may not like that the guy has multiple women and whatnot. You know what I'm saying? Or like to be in a strip club, or like to be gone, or whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying? You just have to be able to accept the lifestyle in which you're saying that is what you want for yourself, because again, energies align, and that's typically what you attract. So I think we just need to be mindful of what it is that we really want for ourselves. Do you really want a man with a lot of money who usually deal with a lot of internal battles, of insecurities? Or do you want someone that really knows who the hell they are, and is not driven by the external things in life, instead could still take trips with you, can still provide for you and his family, but he ain't making all the money in the world, Or like I said, if he's someone that don't make a lot, but he knows how to save, or he don't make a lot, but he knows how to invest, which still adds to his value of, finances anyway, but make smart moves with money and not reckless. You know what I mean? So to me, I feel like that holds more weight and value than to just be like, oh, I want a man that makes 6 figures plus, or whatever the case may be, and then have to deal with all the other issues that come along with them, because most of the time they're not doing any introspecting, anything that's going to make them a better person. I believe that some probably do, I'm not excluding, like I said, it's not everyone, but because again, everyone is not alike. But for the majority, especially when you hear so many people, especially men, mention all women want is men with money, again, it's not true. It's the women that you are attracting that probably is like that, just based on how you see yourself or what you're projecting out to the world. So just be mindful of what you're putting out there, because what you're putting out there is what you're going to receive. And then you're going to assume that that's everybody in the pot, when it's really not. So I'm here to share that no, I personally do not believe that a man has to make 6 figures or a lot of money. His status with money doesn't matter. It's his mindset, his behavior, it's his attitude. And like I said, most importantly, it's his relationship with money. Again, you can grow, earn, your money, invest in some stocks or just any assets. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure a lot of you are familiar with assets over liabilities. That's where it's at, and somebody at McDonald's can have assets. Okay. They can't. Or somebody just, working at a trash company, whatever, like, just don't exclude people just on what you see. Like, you really got to know the mindset centered around who these people are in order to get a better understanding, you know, because like I said, somebody could be at peace with themselves and be completely okay with the lifestyle that they live in and still provide and do very well with money, not reckless, you know. So just be open-minded, be optimistic about things, and let's stop putting everybody in the same categories. All women are not the same, all men are not the same, and that's just what it is. That was the message for today. See you later.